successful on tour. I think once he matures a little bit, you know, he's going to really become a world-class player.
Don, I couldn't help but notice the crowd around him being very loud. I'm sure that's got to help him being home.
Definitely, he was the crowd favorite in that group, unquestionably. And he had his mum and dad out there. I'm sure they're great support. But it's a big day for Chikara tomorrow too. He's what, 40? He's 41st on the standings. Danny Lee's 45th. So he wants to get into that lock zone too, and he's in a good position to put together a last round. But like I said, he's just got to stay patient, especially around this golf course. This golf course will drive you crazy. I mean, you can hit good shots and be in a bad spot, and that's going to happen to you. It can happen to you 3, 4, 5 times around here.
Yeah, I think you said earlier, this course has bites. Sometimes it shows molars, and sometimes it's a canine.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a little Jack Russell. It keeps nipping at you, and eventually it's going to get a bite on you.
And look at that right there. There's Chikara. So, Dom, I got to ask you, the conditions are going to shift a little bit tomorrow. I think we're going to get a little more wind. How do you think his game will line up with that change?
Chikara, I think he'll be fine. You know, he's picked up ball speed. He's got this new driver. He's getting up to 186 ball speed now, and he can change his trajectory too, which is key around here, especially on the holes where you're playing into the wind. And if it's the same wind as yesterday, you know, you're going to have a lot of long holes that are playing into the wind. So he can handle it, no question.
Well, the magic of television, Sue-Ann has appeared with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Where'd you come from?
It's like magic, isn't it? It's awesome.
Gotta love it, right? Sue-Ann, take us through your day. You were with Anirban, who finished 7 under at the top of the leaderboard. How was it?
Yeah, well, you know, he got off to a pretty slow start, 3 pars, and then he bogeyed the easy par 4 fifth from the middle of the fairway, just a sandwich, which is very unlike Bon. His short game was a little off today, but like he said in the post-round interview, he was very thankful that he made some pretty darn long putts. I mean, I would be interested to see, in terms of a cumulative feet of putts, how many that is, because he made some pretty big ones.
Yeah, I think Jerry was trying to work it out on in the booth earlier. Yeah, well, that's Jerry, isn't it? But, you know, it sounded crazy. And a lot of them were long par putts too, right?
Very, because he missed a couple of 2 or 3 pitches that weren't his best. We've definitely seen from him, he's got some of the best short game. It wasn't his best, and he made the up and down because he made those huge putts. And he admitted that in the post-round interview. You know, he's like, look, it's nice to make those putts, and sometimes you just have to. You know, it goes your way.
Well, way to keep the round going.
Absolutely, Dom. Let's take a look at Anirban Lahiri's highlights from round 2. Sue-Ann, work your magic. Take us through the highlights. Let's see it.
Well, like I said, you know, his putter was on fire today. This is his birdie on the 7th hole. It's almost like every putt he looked at, he was going to make it. But of course, you have to pair that with fantastic ball striking. On a golf course like that, Bon, I said in the coverage, has the patience for a golf course like that. He is one of the most patient players out here. He's also got so much experience. He understands how to plot around. He understands that this is a golf course that you have to play so smart. Right there's a classic example. Huge putt. Now, this is on the 15th. Difficult par 3, downhill, wind just off the left. He hits this so pure, and then goes on, of course, to make the birdie there.
I think that was the second closest one on 15 today.
Yeah. Now, this was a wonderful pitch here on the 18th. Had a nice little laugh as he held that. Hey, you know, some days are just your day, and this is just a game of golf and the beauty of the game of golf, and I'm sure he's hoping for the same type of juju tomorrow for his first win.
Let's talk a little bit about Sergio Garcia. Clearly knows his way around this course, but wasn't the best day that he was looking for. Tell me what you saw from Sergio.
Yeah, you know, Sergio is obviously known for his ball striking. Dom, I think you and I talk about how good he is, and even Ram gave him the credit earlier this week when I spoke to him, that even with everyone's best ball striking round, till today, Sergio is top 5. Coming from someone like John Rahm, that's a very big compliment. But today, it wasn't quite that way for Sergio. He only made 1 birdie on a golf course like this, where he's had so much success and so comfortable, and 3 bogeys. Just was a little off today for Sergio.
Yeah, well, it does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say, he's as familiar and as comfortable as anyone on this golf course. But like in your interview with Anirban on the first green, or after his 18th hole, you kind of play scared golf around here.
Yeah.
You just never can relax. You know, every shot, every slightly off shot gets you in trouble. So you're not fully comfortable, fully sort of swinging freely around here.
Yeah, very defensive and always on your back foot. It's not easy out here. And of course, someone that like Sergio, who's had so much experience here, has still struggled on golf courses like that. So it just goes to show how difficult this track is.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Dean Burmester now. Dom, you had a pleasure of following him around. Didn't have the best day. Started off great yesterday. What happened out there with him?
He lost his driver and his irons, and actually it's funny, I was talking to his coach Grant Veenstra on the range, and he's telling me what he works on. He has to work on rotation, and if he doesn't rotate and slightly shallow the club, he gets steep from the top of the backswing, then he stalls and he hits everything left actually, because he gets active with his hands, and he started hitting everything left, the front nine, and he was desperately unlucky. Finally made a birdie on 8, a good birdie. He got a little bit lucky. He was under the stage, got a good drop, made birdie, and then I thought, well, here we go. And then on the 9th hole, hit this magnificent second shot, hits the pin, spins off the green, and it just killed his momentum.
We can actually see that unfortunate moment with Dean Burmester right now on the 9th hole. Talk us through this, Dom. Some unfortunate luck here.
Yeah, and he finally hit a good tee shot, and he hit this low sting, and I thought, there you go, he's found it. And I actually said, I think this is the moment he's going to play great from. And that happens. I mean, you can't account for anything like that.
There's a reason why golf is a 4-letter word, Dom.
Yeah, and the other one was taken.
That's a good one, Dom. I'm taking that one home.
On a golf course like this, when you lose your driver and you lose your confidence on the tee box, it really swallows you whole. It just really exposes you, and you lose your confidence just so quickly.
You just can't wait to get into the clubhouse when that happens.
Or the driving range. Yeah.
There you go. Now you can't have a post-round show without Rachel Drummond. She's currently on the range. Hey, Rachel Drummond, what's up?
Hi everyone. I feel like I need to whisper because the energy on the range right now is actually quite scary. I think these players have had a very, very tough day at Valderrama, and they're here with their coaches and they are grinding away. If we look over my shoulder, we've got Dom Azzopardi, who's here with Lucas Herbert. They've got the TrackMan out. They've got the alignment sticks down. Dom said today they obviously played with Bryson, who shot a great score, and he did not miss a shot, and there is no margin for error. I'm literally whispering because I'm scared. We're going to start walking. I'm not getting in the way of any players right now. Jason Kokrak got his coach here with him, sticks down, going through fundamentals. Ido's working with Neiman. Let's have a little look over here. You literally don't have to hit it too far. Sam's taking a break down here.
I need a break.
You need a break.
I need a break.
How was it?
Oh, it was a long day, but we grinded it out, so yeah.
Why was it so tough, Sam?
Because it's Valderrama. I was just a little bit off, and yeah, hit it in some bad spots, and yeah.
Go home. It's not a true reflection. Go home, Sam. Right, Ian's grinding away. Again, alignment sticks. I mean, the biggest thing I notice out here, it's always the basics. They're always working on their fundamentals, and they can be a tiny bit off. Here we go. Let's have a little look at the stingers to finish with. Dean Burmester, I spoke with him earlier. He just said he kept hitting it left, and of course he hit that pin on one of the holes. Alignment sticks down. It was a tough day. Normally I'm smiling with the guys, but I'm trying to stay far away. Back to you, Christian.
Big thanks to you, Rachel. Absolutely love that. Thanks for the inside information. Now, everyone, more to come here. As you can see, the beautiful view here in Andalucia. Everyone wants to be a better golfer, right? Well, LIV Golf Plus is here to help. Check out our original series, LIV Lessons, where the biggest names in golf reveal their secrets.
This is Cam Smith.
Hi, I'm Bryson DeChambeau.
I'm Bubba Watson. And welcome to my LIV lesson.
So if you're like me and you miss fairways, this is when the creativity comes out.
Focus on that target.
That's what I'm focused on. Pay the man. For me, I just want to make it simple as possible.
Tempo for sure is one thing you need to keep an eye on.
Cam Smith, he has taken complete control here.
I like to aim the putter, make sure that's perfect. Then I take my stance, give it one good look at the hole, and hit a good putt.
Houdini with the flat stick.
Need a golf ball. Here we go.
Bryson DeChambeau electrifies the crowd.
So guys, there's a lot of mysteries around hitting it really far. That's what psycho mode comes in.
Try to get a little psycho with it.
Yeah, there it is. That was peppered.
Let your body free up. Let things just move more. Don't feel like you're restricted. If you can do that, you're on your way to better golf.
Make sure you guys check out those LIV lessons. It's free game. You can't miss out on that. Now, joining us, we have an absolute all-star lineup here. Your favorite LIV golf analyst, Jerry Faltz, Gonzalo Fernandez-Castano, who's been helping us all week, and, of course, our guy, Martin Keimer, who just had a phenomenal day. Valderrama is tough, but here you are having a phenomenal day. Congrats on that. Take us through your day, my guy.
Yeah, I did play really well, I would say. You know, I stayed out of trouble most of the day. That golf course, if you hit fairways, I just said it to Gonzalo, if you hit the fairways, you can create some chances, especially today without wind. But if you're in trouble, then, you know, you struggle to make par. And I think it's that kind of golf course requires a lot of patience. And I know the golf course very well. I've been coming here with a European tour for many, many years. I practice here in the winter time, so it's a golf course that I really enjoy and I could play really any day.
They say, we all say, and obviously the stats have proved it out in the play through 2 days, that you have the only part of your game this course doesn't really test brutally is distance. Everything else, if you're in control of that, you have a chance around here. Today was the best chance, and still we only saw 2 scores at 5 under, which was the score yesterday. The key to your round today, though, you've said to me, was par saves.
Yeah, I think you need to. If you will have your birdie chances. If you make them, you need, you know, or well, let's put it the other way around. If you're going to be in trouble, you're going to struggle to make pars at certain holes. And if you keep that momentum going, then the momentum, I think, on that golf course is crucial. It's very important because every single hole you can make birdie, but you also can make bogey or double bogey. You know, this is always a very, very fine line. And I think that is the beauty about that golf course, that a lot can happen. Yeah, as you said, you know, I saved 2 or 3 pars today, which kept my momentum going because I made a couple birdies before, and this is what you need, you know, in those. Otherwise, you wouldn't really shoot 3 or 4 on that golf course.
Yeah. Well, you teased us a little bit for 2 days at the U.S. Open before a birdie-free Saturday 77. But it was, the tease is the fact that you're finally healthy again, and your confidence seems to be growing day by day. Do you feel like it's at 39 years old, perhaps a resurgent time in your career?
I definitely feel more comfortable with my game, but it's more mentally, I think, now. You know, to be used to it again, to be up there. To play for wins, to play for top 5, top 10s and stuff like this, you know. Obviously, I'm not entering the tournament to finish top 10, but if you're in 20th or 25th position going into Sunday, then having the belief that you can still finish in the top 5. So now tomorrow, you know, I'm probably in the top 5 right now, so it's going to be a good feeling tomorrow. Another learning experience to be in that position again, because it has been such a long time for me. And I think the game is there. It's just, I think, a mental approach. How do you do it again?
Martin, tomorrow, I mean, the conditions are meant to be worse again, more similar to what you got yesterday. I mean, what do you think you need tomorrow in order to catch somebody like Anne Irvan, who's playing great?
I do believe you always need some help from the leaders. You know, they need to come back a little bit, and I would actually really enjoy it if it's going to be a little bit tougher. Again, yesterday was ridiculous. You know, yesterday was a grind. Every hole, you know, you make the par. Okay, tick, next hole. So if that's going to happen tomorrow, that would be great. Anne Irvan, you know, is a great guy. If he plays well, then he deserves to win. But tomorrow is all about, you know, again, fairways and greens and trying to avoid the big numbers, because that golf course, you're not going to shoot 6, 7 under par. But if you keep something around par, maybe squeeze in a couple of birdies here and there, you might have a chance.
All right, now, Martin, we have some highlights from your day today. This is your moment to talk your talk, okay? Don't be modest, all right?
Okay.
Let's take a look at your day. Tell us and take us through it.
It's the second shot at number 5 right here, Martin.
Yeah, number 5, I had a really good yardage. I was working a lot on my yardages on my wedges here on Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, it almost went in, okay.
Twice.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that one. But again, it was a good number. Not nice way to start with birdie.
This is your second and 9.
This was my second on 9. That's what I said to Gonzalo earlier. That front of the green that is really, really crispy. I was in a little bit in between clubs, but I thought if I can just carry the front, I will hit it within 15 feet. Obviously, it end up just being 3 feet, that was nice.
Pretty good roll here from on number 13.
13 is a tricky green, very hard to read. I mean 4 I take that any day, and 3 for me is a bit of a bonus, even though it's a short hole. 17, there was a 4-iron from the fairway. You know, that the fringes here, they almost play like regular greens because they're so pure and fast, and I could get away with a 4 there, which was nice, yeah.
And here's some social media from Cleeks GC. Tell us about this tweet, man, as you look at this. Bigging you up here, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's not much we need to say about Blendy, right? I mean, Blendy's playing great golf recently. I'm just trying to keep up with him, to be honest.
And how is it being with Blendy, just seeing him do what he's been doing recently?
It's inspiring. You know, we spent probably half an hour on the range on Thursday after the Pro-Am, and I asked him, you know, what do you do different than a few years back? And then, you know, he explained to me how precise he worked and how much effort he puts in there and time, and because he knows what his strengths are, but also his weaknesses. But the weaknesses, you know, is probably his length, he would say, but this is not going to change. So he needs to become even better on his strengths. So, and he's working a lot on that, and it's very inspiring how he does it and how much time he spends on becoming a better player.
But before you leave, I want to ask you one question. You were there in Munich last week when they bid farewell to Bernhard Langer from ever competing in Europe again, on the European Tour and in Germany again. You were there for that emotional moment. What was that like for you, and what did his leadership for German golf mean to you for so long?
Of course, he was a role model, you know, big time, not only for myself, for Marcel Ziem, you know, that we played with on Thursday, Friday. It was very nice of him to actually to come back to Germany and play there his last event. I know he's really into majors, and there's a major this week that he could have played, but obviously because of his injury, he can't play as many tournaments in a row. So it was emotional for me too on Friday. I wish he would have made the cuts, but in the end of the day, you know, it was one of the top 5 experiences in my career, I would say, because of his energy, what he does for us. Players, German players, and what he has done in the past to inspire us and to want to become like him.
Watch out, he better watch out because Blandy's going for his major record.
Yeah, but if it's Blandy against Bernhard, sorry Blandy, but I would take Bernhard.
Martin Keimer, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you back here on Club 54 First Round Show. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, we're pulling up the individual leaderboard now. Take us through this. Martin, you're free to go, my boy.
No.
All right, here we go, Jerry.
Yeah, when you look at this, you can't help but think that, as Martin said, you need help from the leader. If Honorbahn goes out and shoots 1 under par tomorrow, that means somebody has to go out and shoot, the nearest pursuer has to go out, Danny Lee, and shoot 5 under to catch him. There have only been 3 scores of 5 under this week. And that's unlikely, especially if the conditions get tougher, like the forecast is saying, and Gonzalo has reaffirmed with his Al Roker weatherman knowledge.
Gotta love that.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be like a Thursday, not as bad. I mean, gusts up to 40 km an hour. So, I mean, we're seeing players struggling, but still, I mean, he's got a comfortable lead. But as we saw today with Dean, anything can happen around this course.
Right, anything can. And if he runs into some of the trouble Burmester ran into today, there are a lot of big guns who can catch him.
Well, this is the shot right now of the beautiful Andalucia. Before we talk more golf, boys, it's just an absolutely stunning scene in the southern region of Andalucia, Spain. Amazing water views. The course, of course, here is iconic. Please put this on your bucket list if you haven't already. I'm not going anywhere. I might stay.
I've been coming here for holidays my whole life. There's a reason why.
I think so for sure.
For those holidays, do you have an extra room for me?
Just always
okay.
All right.
We're all coming. Now, last year at Valderrama, we witnessed a thrilling day 3 battle between Bryson DeChambeau and Taylor Gooch. They were tied at 11 under heading into the final holes before a dramatic finish on 18.
Well, who's going to take this out here in Valderrama?
Obviously, he was playing well that week, and that final round, he didn't hit it that great, but, man, he was scrambling so well.
They clip trees heavily.
Oh! I played it off the tree perfectly. It was an incredible shot.
DeChambeau and Gooch level with the 18th to play.
And even, like, on 18, he hit a tee ball into the trees.
His head is in trouble on the wood chips.
He hits an incredible save shot.
That'll be an unbelievably good shot.
Yeah, that's a great effort. Well, advantage, Taylor Gooch.
Just kind of how the day was going, I knew that I was going to have to make that last putt to, finally get the job done.
He can put this one away. He is the LIV Golf League champion.
I think 2017 was the last time I had a putt on the last hole to win.
He sends it on its way. Oh, goodness!
It's a little bit more of a validation to the player you are, because we all know to win in those situations, you got to step up and get it done. And guys like Bryson aren't just going to hand you a win.
Taylor Gooch, the LIV Golf League's road warrior.
For me not to do it, it stung. But for Jibo and I, it was a learning process of going, okay, we can do it. Let's go get it done somehow.
He's right on the cusp of playing fabulous golf.
Well, we're officially done with round 2 here in Valderrama. I would love to hear a efficient reflection from the two of you, because you guys do it so well, of our round today. Crushers GC just rising up that leaderboard throughout the day in the back 9, and Bryson DeChambeau having some special moments today. Take us through your recap, Jerry.
Crushers GC 11 under today. That's 6 shots better than any score, team score through 2 days. That is just getting it done right there. And to do that, obviously, it takes more than one player playing well. Anirban Lahiri leading the way. Individually, Anirban played solid golf. He never got himself into trouble. He thought his way around. He had 4 really, really good, I can't call them lucky breaks, great shots that you don't expect. A 45-footer, a 35-footer, a pitch in, and then a 20-footer for par at the last hole. Even without those, he's tied for the lead. That's how solid he's playing.
I think the 18th was key. I mean, he pulled his tee shot left. If he had bogeyed that hole, the tournament would have been open for a lot of guys tomorrow, and he got a birdie. I mean, a miraculous birdie, which I think it took a lot of players out of the equation for tomorrow. So for me, that was key.
And then he hits it dead on his final hole, and he plays it 20, 25 feet away smartly to try and make no worse than 5, and he drains that. You take those 2 away, and it's a lot more open. But by the same token, Burmester shot 5 under yesterday, got it done with the putter. He didn't feel like that, that was a putting round of his life, and we even talked about it. You can't count on that, and it kind of caught him out today. Also some poor tee shots, and that could happen.
Yes, especially tomorrow, and I mean, the wind is going to pick up again. And I don't know, I don't think it'll be showing, the Valderrama will be showing its teeth as it did on Friday, but, if somebody goes low, anybody going from, I mean, those guys standing at level, I think they will have a slight chance.
It might not show its fangs, but it certainly isn't dentures. I can promise you. This place is mean on the calmest of days.
All right, well, we're actually going to toss over to a moment that happened with Rachel Drummond. She met up with the one and only one of the best golfers in the world. Why don't you guys check this out? Brooks Koepka.
Brooks Koepka, thank you for joining us. This must bring back good vibes, Challenge Tour days back in Europe.
Yeah. It's cool to kind of give a little throwback to those days. It was, the most fun I had playing golf. I enjoyed it, so it's always fun coming over here.
Now, you are one of the best, 5th actually on LIV with driving, not just length but accuracy. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, all right.
I've given you all the good news.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off. Where's Ricky? We need a driver.
Yeah, that would help.
Grab the driver. We've got a glamorous assistant.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, so all great golf swings are built on great foundations. So can we start there? Can you just tell us, what's your blueprint with setup?
Setup is pretty simple. I think one of the only things I'm trying to do when I get over the golf ball is make sure that I'm lined up correctly, and then ball position. And then from there, I just kind of let it all naturally happen, right? I've been playing this game for 27, 8 years now. So you've already built in that system. But to me, what I like to do is when I set up, if my target's at 250, let's just say.
It is, well done.
Oh, perfect, yeah, even better, right? So 250, so I try to keep my feet a little bit left to that, which is parallel to that 250. I try to make sure that ball position is just inside. I probably play it a little further back than most people. Probably realistically, it's right in there. It's just a guess. I don't know, depending on the camera angle you get. And then from there, I try to make sure my shoulders match it. And then from there, it's just a turn and burn for me.
So it's literally all just basics, getting the ball position right, alignment good. Now, fades or draws, what are you hitting at the moment? Have you got a tendency with this sort of
fades,
setup?
Yeah, with
fades
driver.
all day?
If I got a draw, I'm hitting 3-wood.
Well, I've actually got a shot of a draw here that we're going to look at now.
That was probably a toe ball, yeah.
You were like, that wasn't part of the plan.
simple.
Right, let's have a little look here. Let's pass this over so we can see. Now, there's obviously not a lot of drivers here this week, but I'm going to show you two of your really good ones. Ricky, do you remember these?
Oh, I can already tell by setup, yeah. Yeah, I could already tell by setup that it was, you know, your feet are a little more closed, trying to draw it. We'll assume the wind's off the right as well. But yeah,
that one?
I mean, that one's pretty straight. I'll take that.
You take that one.
I'll
and
take that.
Technically, you say turn and burn. Is it that simple?
Yeah, I think it is, right? The only thing, I don't think about anything in my golf swing. I just try to make sure that once I get to the top, I struggle when my shoulders stop moving, right? If my whole body, I want to feel like my feet are just pressing into the ground, and then from there, it's a full rotation. So once that happens, if my shoulders kind of hang back and get lazy with it, that's when you'll see a little bit more of a draw. But from there, it's just, if I turn my shoulders and go, it's a nice little cut.
So typically, if you see the draw ball flight, you know it's a little bit off?
Yeah, I do,
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Unless you're absolutely trying to, which I'm sure in like those videos I was trying to hit a draw or something like that. Then I'll set up a little further right, but mostly it's not my cup of tea.
And you say you set up a little bit more right. Why do you do that? You know, what does that do for everyone at home?
Yeah, so basically you always try to, for that 250, I would try to keep my feet maybe 15 yards right of target and the club face basically right on that. And honestly, when I'm trying to hit a draw, I swing a little slower. Just keeps my shoulders locked down, that hair longer, because I'm not, the turn and burn's kind of more of the cut versus kind of staying in the position and then releasing the club.
Let's see you hit a few.
Oh, you
this
want to
is
draw
what we
or
want
fade?
to see.
Which one do you want?
Let's go fade first.
All
Let's
right,
go with the
okay,
stock.
this is a little easier.
Okay, so you
So
obviously...
setting up, ball position, maybe about a ball inside that left foot. Feet just slightly left of that 250, and then hopefully you get one.
Just like that.
Good
And
fade.
are we talking, you know, that sort of fade, starting left, moving right, or push fades? What's your preference?
Yeah, I mean, to me, probably setup, it's just probably more of a push fade.
Yeah.
I've got one shot we go to if it's a very, very tight, if I'm under pressure. If it's a tight fairway and I can fade it, I got, like, we call it the fairway finder.
This is, Ricky literally just told me this.
Yeah.
Talk us through the fairway. Do you know what he said, though? Do you want to know what he said?
That I should hit it all the time?
He said you should hit it, but it doesn't find the fairway.
Yeah. I'm fifth, man, relax.
He's fifth.
Yeah.
So talk us through the fairway finder.
So the fairway finder is a little bit different. It's all basically set up for me. I know a lot of, you know, they teach now hit up on the ball with driver. That's not me. I hit down on it. I hit down on it probably 1 degree to 2 degrees.
You do. I've looked at the data.
Okay. All right. So that's a good thing, though. I'm swinging it the way I want to. So for this fairway finder, I actually play it a little further back in my stance. It's kind of maybe, I don't know, 6 inches off the inside of my heel.
Yeah.
I set up even more open than where I would be. If the 250, I'm kind of maybe set up over the 150. My feet, face is relatively square, maybe at the 200, just a little left. And all I try to think of is just driving that ball down, and I really smack down on that thing.
So it almost feels like you're playing an iron. You're really like descending and trying to get the ball.
TrackMan or whatever we got here,
Yeah.
all the numbers, it doesn't look great, but if you watch the ball flight, it's just a very low penetrating flight that ends up running. It's perfect for links golf, so hopefully next
Yeah,
week.
you get ready for True next week. Come on, let's see that one then. So
All
let's
right.
see the fairway finder.
Let's
Ricky,
see.
you can tell us if this counts as a
250.
250. That is money. Have you teed that down slightly as well?
Teed it down slightly.
Yeah.
Obviously that was a little straighter.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that, right?
That's finding
It's always going to find the fairway, right?
Ricky, what do you think?
I like that, yeah.
Yeah?
A few more of those would be nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll get Ricky in. Come on, in you come. What do you need to know from Ricky to, you know, hit a fairway? What do you need to know? Do you need to, he's laughing. Do you need to know the line?
Well, like the information off the tee?
Yeah.
Basically, I just get up there. I mean, there's not really much conversation because at the end of the day, I think mainly the conversation is the wind. I want to know where the wind's at. Is it, you know, is the fade going to kind of hold up against the wind, or is it off the left? And I might have to hit that fairway finder a little low. But that's really it. The sightlines, we've played the golf course. Usually, you know, you get there Tuesday, you played it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You've got a good idea of where you need to hit it. So the lines, I've already got that taken care of. It's just a matter of, hey, can you carry this bunker, or the wind direction slightly changed from when we played it, something like that.
Does that sound about right?
That sounds right. Unless the fairway really narrows and plays a little more downwind, we might change the club to hit it in the same spot. Really.
I was expecting him to give me a sarcastic answer,
Yeah.
but he's given me a...
But quite often I walk down the next fairway and send him back up onto the tee with the driver.
You do a bit of full caddying.
Walking forward and
It's easy. Yeah, he's a caddy. He's trying to make it
I
as short
love
as
that,
possible.
I love that. So let's see another one.
All right. Same thing, fairway finder.
Same thing, let's go fairway
So
finder.
a little further back again, just slightly left, aiming kind of at that 150, and then just beat down on the back of it. And the whole goal is, even if that stays straight, kind of like that did, it's never going to hurt me.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably starting down the left edge of that fairway, and if it bleeds back in, it's right down the middle, and if not, it's not in trouble.
And let's talk about strategy quickly. Like, Valderrama is obviously very tight. It's like a bowling alley. Troon next week, a little bit more room. You know, when you go out there, how do you know when you're going to play driver and you're just going to send one, or you're going to maybe hit your 2-3 iron?
Yeah, here it's a lot of just depending on where the wind direction is, where the pin is, because you could hit the fairway here and be blocked out. So, and it can bottleneck here. There's slight little turns in the fairway, so you're just trying to figure out, hey, what's the max distance I can hit it to, and what's the shortest I can hit it, and then from there, just figuring out pin position. You almost, to me, I play the hole backwards to make it very easy.
Has he got that from you?
Yeah, if you honestly, I think the best thing you could do is, like amateurs, when you get on the hole, if you're playing a tournament or you're going to see something, you go stand on the green, stand on the middle of the green, look back down the fairway, and it'll be very clear where you need to hit the ball. And then from there, it's okay, all I have to do is get the tee shot to that point. Perfect. And that's where you just try to simplify it a little bit
like
more.
A game of chess.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, final question, data. You know, when you're away from tournaments, how much do you look at your numbers on tech?
Not that much.
Just leave it
I'll be
to your
honest
coach.
with you. Yeah, occasionally I'll pop on just to, I like to do it when I'm swinging good and make sure everything is checking out versus, you know, hey, it's matching I think your eyes are the best tool you can have.
Yeah.
If I watch it, the flight's good, the spin's good, the movement is correct. Like, okay, now let's double check that. And then also too, when you get off, occasionally, you know, you might struggle for a little bit and you're like, hey, let's just check it. It might be something stupid as, hey, the face is a little more closed. Okay, well, is that because it's at address, it's a little more closed, or vice versa, it's open, it's set up? Just kind of go through the basics. I've always thought the easiest things you could do, just line up correctly and you'll be fine.
That's what I find so interesting. Get literally the face, feet, alignment. You obviously know if it's not quite right. You've got your draw, you've got your blueprint. Bloody amazing.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear? I've sworn anyway. Thank you so much, Brooks. You were tied 3rd here last year, so I'm hoping for all the good vibes this week.
Yeah, me too.
And you got the man on the bag.
Yeah, he's done all right. He's done all right. He's been good.
Thanks so much, Brooks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rachel does such a great job, doesn't she, Jerry?
Yes, she does. She's...
All right, we're actually going to go to Rachel Drummond live currently on the range right now. Hey, Rachel, what's going on?
She just shot almost broke my ankle with one of her warm-up shots.
I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have been messing around, but I had a little chip with my driver and took out Jerry's ankle.
Rachel, is it really as easy as turn and burn?
Christian, you make a very good point. It is not as easy as turn and burn. Now, there has to be a few things right technically to be able to do that. If the club face is open and you turn and burn, you're going to go off the planet right. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit. So it's not as easy as turn and burn, but it is for someone like Brooks.
You're an accomplished instructor, coach, player, now commentator as well. When you get the chance to be around players like this, something that I think a lot of people would dream about, being able to spend the time with them that you do and learn from them, especially in your other day job, so to speak. How much are you absorbing, and how much are you trying to understand that they're saying? I mean, I don't know anybody who says they rely completely on instincts once their setup's okay.
I know. It's fascinating being out here. Like, the one thing that's always consistent is the basics, and I know I keep droning that home, but that's something I see them doing day in, day out. And Brooks made such a good point. He's always thinking about the club face being square, his alignment being good. But even when I was playing, I was always searching for the secret ingredient. I think that's the same as every player out here, as you can see on the range right now.
When I'm hitting it left to right on accident, which doesn't ever happen because I hook everything, what's fundamentals likely to be the first one to look into?
Okay, so left to right, so like a slice, Jerry?
Yes, well, yeah, or shank. But yeah, let's go with slice.
Okay, so similar things. So if you're losing the ball right, I would always work on the club face first, because if you try and start getting the club working behind you with a bad club face, again, it's going to go miles right. So if you're slicing it, I always try and get a stronger club face, like a Brooks or a DeChambeau, and then you can learn to then sort out your path. You have to do it in that process. So if you are someone that slices the ball, start hitting a strong pull, and be confident with that. Your strike will start to improve, and then you can start playing around with your setup and ball position and use the strong club face to hopefully get you hitting it a little bit more online, but you've got to do it in that order.
She's going to have you down to a scratch golfer.
I'm taking notes as we speak. You see me writing down everything she's saying, right, Jerry?
Yeah,
Rachel, great job as always. You did a great job with Brooks, and we look forward to seeing more from you, Rach. Thank you. All right, let's keep this post show going. It's Club 54 post round show. What a beautiful view here in Andalucia. The Euro 2024 final is Sunday evening as Spain and England face off for the championship. Earlier this week, superstar footballer Gareth Bale played the Pro-Am with Bryson DeChambeau and got some driving tips.
Bryson DeChambeau here, captain of Crushers GC with Gareth Bale. I got to say thank you for being out here today, man, in the Pro-Am. Golf swing's in fantastic shape. There's a couple of things that I see, but man, you can smoke it. You got like what, 185 ball speed?
Yeah, I can get up there now and again. It just needs to get a bit more consistent.
Dial it in.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see you hit one here, and I've got a couple of things, or one thing that in particular that I can show you that'll help get it a little straighter. You got the speed, but we just got to get this thing going straight, all right?
100%, thank you.
I would actually move the ball just a fraction back.
Okay.
Just a little bit. So try to line it up off the left heel, not the toe.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's a better starting position, and then try to swing a little bit more inside out. Just feel like you swing it and turn it over. Closer, little heel ball. Let's hit one more. I'm going to show you one more little thing that'll help. All I want you to feel is you swinging it more from the inside. All you're going to feel is like your hips stay more turned away from the target, and you're just going to feel like your back stays towards the target, and you're going to come down from the inside. Turn it over. There you go. That's so close to being good. Yeah, that ball speed, it did start a little further right, and that's the point. We're trying to get that face to square up instead of it being too left and too low too early. So if you can feel like you just come a little bit more inside, that's going to get you hitting it straighter, that nice little draw out there every single time.
Perfect.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Gotta love to watch Coach Bryson DeChambeau in action. Here's him and Bill getting their skills on. Gotta love the football action here. He's pretty good. Oh. What?
He's okay.
Gonzo, how are you? Could you pull that off or what?
I'm afraid not. My daughter, she's a great soccer player, as you say, in the U.S. Football.
I'll go with
proper
it.
football.
Win in Rome.
It really just seems like no matter what day Bryson DeChambeau is having, he seems to just do something that you can't take your eyes off of.
No,
He's just, what is it about this guy where he just ends up in the right place at the right time doing and creating an unforgettable moment?
Well, I think the biggest thing, before you get to the fact that he's extremely talented, he's a smart guy. And he's also got self-awareness that he never really had in the volume he has it now. And a lot more maturity than he had when he first broke out on tour. He's a very, very likable guy to the fans. Everybody always admired his game, but sometimes maybe not the petulance of a young man with a lot of talent, which is very common in all sports. Now he's a very mature guy and he loves to entertain, natural-born entertainer, and he's embracing that role, and the fans are loving it.
I played at the 2021 Open, and I was hitting balls right by his side. And by the time he finished, we had a little chat, and I said, man, I love what you're doing. It was the time he was bulking. He was hitting the ball a long way. And he said to me, I'm here just to entertain the people. And I was thinking to myself, that has to be, that's crap. But then now, the more I get to know him, what he's doing, what he's achieved so far in those last few years, now I truly believe he was saying the truth.
Now, Bryson did something special on that 14th hole, the slam dunk eagle. Let's take a look at it. Would love to hear your thoughts on this one, Jerry.
Yep, a three-pointer, if you will, coming from your basketball background. You don't see this very often. Rarely does the ball stay in the hole. Rarely does it not rip the cup apart. But that green is about as firm as the firmest one on the golf course. You know that. You play here a lot.
And especially from that angle, playing from the right side. I mean, that ball is above your feet. You're hitting into a very elevated green, and what a shot that was.
That's an absolute bonus. Second shortest par 4 on the course. Hardest hole on the course in round 1. A lot of guys struggled with it today, too, and that was a deuce.
In layman's terms, can you explain how difficult that really is to do, especially here in Valderrama?
Well, the hole's not even the diameter of 3 golf balls. A golf ball is 1.68 inches in diameter, and the hole is 4 1/4 inches. It's not even 3 golf balls wide. So I don't even know the odds, but they're crazy.
Well, let's look at the team leaderboard. Crushers GC crushing it. I don't know if that's corny to say, but I had to. What a day. Gonzo, take a look at this leaderboard. Take us through it. Crushers GC at the top. What do you see?
I see, I mean, Paul Casey had a great round, I mean, on top of Bryson's, I mean, and there you go. It's leading the pack. I had a premonition this morning when I was chose my outfit. I'm here wearing my Crusher shirt, and then Fireballs. I mean, David Puig, 81 yesterday, and he came back today with a fantastic 68 to have the Fireballs right in contention for tomorrow.
The Fireballs are in contention, I believe, but they're 5th or 6th place currently on the tables. 32 points on offer for the best team. 24 for second, 16 for third, 12, 8, 4, 2, and 1. You got to finish top 8 to get any points. But the higher you finish, obviously, the more points, the bigger difference it makes. But you really want to get in that top 3 to get a first-round bye on the team championship later on this year at Merido outside Dallas. That's on all of those team captains and those team members' minds right now, especially the ones contending for some big points this week.
Now, Crushers seem to do very well on Championship Sunday, especially this year. Are you anticipating an even better day for Crushers GC?
Depends which shirt he wears tomorrow.
I'm a free agent.
Are you wearing the Crushers GC polo again?
Captains, I'm available. Just I haven't chosen my outfit for tomorrow. Just make me an offer.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Bryson on the team and leading the team, you got a grinder like Lahiri with so much all-around talent. You got Paul Casey, always known as a classic ball striker, and then you got John Catlin now filling in, who's proven that he can play with these guys. He's proven it for a long time, but really proven it now. When you look down the list, though, who do you think could make the run? Gonzo.
I like Majestics. I mean, they're still there. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I said it this morning. I mean, Henrik, Ian, Lee, they've played this course hundreds of times. They know this place upside down. They know they played it with every win. And hey, they're getting better.
Tough day yesterday for Henrik, but 4 under today. It can be done. I'm sticking with the Fireball. Sergio had a really bad day, but I'm sticking with the Fireball.
You're sticking with the Fireballs. You're leaning now towards Majestics. But let's take a look at the Crushers and what they did. Here are the highlights when they took the lead. Jerry, take us through this phenomenal performance from Crushers GC.
This guy has hit so many iron shots in his career that never leave the flagstick. This was another one for Paul Casey at number 1. Just dials it right in there. That would lead to a birdie, and then Honorbahn. This is a difficult tee shot at 15. He takes it right at it.
This is one of the best shots he's hit all day. I mean, 15 pin short left. I mean, 5 iron into that green. It's a lovely shot for about 5 feet.
And then at the third, Bryson DeChambeau, mid-range one here for birdie. He's one of the guys that expects to make every one of those. Nobody does, but he expects to.
When his spotter gets spotted, just unstoppable.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotta love that swagger when he walks off there. All right, let's pull up the individual leaderboard. Now, Jerry, for those watching who may not understand how the standings work, we're going to pull the standings up. Can you break it down for those who don't understand the lock zone, the open zone, the drop zone? How does it work, Jerry? Take us through it.
If you're in the top 24, you are guaranteed a spot within LIV Golf League 2025. Your team has to make you a contract offer, or you're a free agent to shop yourself around. From 25 to 48, it's the open zone. Those guys are free agents. They can be signed by their team, they can be signed by any team, or they can be replaced by any team. There are absolutely no guarantees there. And then 49 and below, that's the drop zone. Those guys are relegated. They have to. The only way back into the league is for them to go to the promotions event in Abu Dhabi later this year. I think it is. I'm not sure if it's been finalized yet. But nonetheless, they have to go there and earn their way back. They cannot be signed by a team. So that is the dreaded relegation zone. That is what makes this league a true sporting league. Well, you get 40 points for first, you get 1 point for 24th. They work their way down from there, 40, 30, 24 on down. And it took 55 points last year to finish 24th. It'll be a couple points less than that in my mathematical opinion this year because we added 6 players to the league. So 55 to
and there it is,
basically
Jerry.
Keep your spot.
All right, so let's break this down in layman's terms for the fans here.
That is layman's terms right there. 40, 30, 24 on down. And you need 55. And right now you got Danny Lee, who's in 40, tied for 45th. A win wouldn't even get him enough points to get to 55, an absolute lock. And who else you got? 41st, you have Chikara.
Chikara,
he needs as many points as he can get. Absolutely. There are, like I said, for those guys, there are no guarantees. If they're in the open zone, they might not have a job next year.
Big day for them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Danny Lee is standing second, 4 shots behind. Same for Eugenio. I mean, he had a rough finish today, but still, I mean, it's important. Big Sunday tomorrow, not only about the football.
I can't wait for the football, but the golf's going to be absolutely thrilling tomorrow.
Well, you know, the fans are talking. They're excited. Let's take a look at some social posts throughout the day. We encourage it, fans. You can get yourself on the show. All you got to do is tweet about it, as you can see here. Fans are excited. Honorbahn has absolutely crushed it in Andalucia. Gotta love how he led today by 4. Someone tweeted about that. Not a bad Saturday at the golf course. That's not a golf course there, but they're tuning in. Fans all over the world, we love to see it.
These
is
are our
live
Korean
from
broadcasters
Korea.
for LIV Golf. That's the guys who take our places in the broadcast. Loving it. They absolutely love LIV Golf League. Huge fans. Obviously, Korea, golf crazy country.
Super cool to see that for certain. LIVX members announcement for you can enjoy great perks, but perhaps none greater than the chance to win, let me clear my throat, $100,000 at LIV Golf UK in a couple of weeks if a player makes an ace at the party hole. Did you just hear what I said? $100,000 if a player makes an ace at the party hole. Scan the QR code if you're smart and sign up to be a LIVX member. Watch for information and take advantage of all of the great offers.
Enjoy watching the best players in the world, you've come to the right place.
Can't top this.
Let's go! Oh, yes!
All right, now before we get out of here, we figured we would do something fun with you, Gonzalo. Every single show, we do something called Form Check, where we have fans submit their swings, and then we have someone check their form. So we figured we'd have you do the form check today. Are you down?
Let's do it.
All right, Jerry, chime in too. I know you'll have something funny to say. Yeah. All right, let's take a look. Here's our first one. All right.
Hole-in-one Ross.
Let's run that back again. Here we go. And, all right.
That was pretty good, I have to say.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, he could use a little. I mean, he takes a big, nice turn and then just kind of eases through it. We need to get a little explosion through there. Use that ground a bit, don't you think?
maybe standing a little too far away from the ball. That's the first thing I would change. And I think from there, everything will get better.
Yeah. Guy looks like he's always smiling, though. I like that. He's enjoying himself.
Wide stance. He's going for it. I think he needs to work on that backswing a little bit.
I think he might need to find the beverage cart.
Yeah.
Get a little swing courage there. I like that, though. He takes a pretty good move at it with not a lot of leverage.
I just hope he's a good putter.
Here's another one.
Chelsea, Africa. That's a good swing. That's a good swing.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, there's future there.
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea. Form check approved. Great job.
Maybe get that head to move back a little bit on the backswing, not go the wrong way. Oh, I like that.
Oh, nothing wrong with that one. Rachel, watch out. They're coming for you.
Heading to the World Championships next week. All right.
That short backswing just generates so much power. That's awesome. Like John Rahm. I mean, the shortest backswing there is in golf, and he hits it as far as anybody at clubhead speed.
Absolutely. I mean, now I'm same as Dustin. It reminds me a lot of Álvaro Quiros, another good player from Valderrama. Very similar swing, short backswing, but generates so much power.
Are you on the Spanish Chamber of Commerce by chance? Board of Tourism?
I am, Jerry.
I am now.
I'm kidding. All right. Now, before we get out of here, quick predictions for tomorrow. Are you standing on business? Go, Jerry.
Lahiri, it's his tournament to lose. If he shoots 1 under, it's his. It's over. It's done. If he shoots even par, it might be done. He needs to come back, and if so, you got to watch out for the Rahms, for the Koepkas, for the guys, the big names, and DeChambeau as well, who could run him down easily.
I would love to see Danny Lee doing well. I mean, such an unpredictable player. He's won here in the past, so who knows?
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching Club 54 post-round show. We'll see you tomorrow on Championship Sunday at Club 54 pre-round show. Until then, peace.